أرسلناك إلا رحمة للعالمين. وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أنهم قالوا يا رسول الله متى وجبت لك النبوة؟ قال وآدم بين الروح والجسد أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. رواه الترمذي. صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي رب زدني علما. My respected elders and brothers, as we all know, we are passing through the month of Rabiul Awwal, the third month of the Islamic calendar. And wherever a Muslim is in any corner of the world, when he hears the name Rabiul Awwal, a couple of things come in his mind. What are those things? Many historical incidents took place in this month, but 3 incidents are major. And the most historic moment that took place in this month and is considered the most historic moment in the history of not only Islam but the history of humanity is the birth of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The ulama say as far as virtue and fadail are concerned, Ramadan is the most virtuous month. Then followed by the Ashhur-e-Hurum, the 4 sacred months, Muharram, Zulqa'dah, Zulhijjah, and the remaining months. But as far as a historical perspective is concerned, Rabiul Awwal is the most historic month for the Muslims, for the believers, because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sent down by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this month. So this is one major incident that took place. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam left this world also in the same month. And the third major incident that took place was the migration, the hijrah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. According to the books of history, he started his journey on the 27th, more or less, of the month of Safar that just passed away. And by the time he entered Medina Munawwara, according to certain narrations, the famous ones, or the correct ones, it was the 8th of Rabiul Awwal. Some narrations say no, it was the 11th or 12th of Rabiul Awwal also. So this is the month in which the hijrah, the migration culminated also. Coming regarding talking about the birth of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, the ayah that I just recited in front of you, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. More or less meaning in English that, O Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, tell the people, we have not sent you but as a mercy for all the worlds. So meaning Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not a source of mercy for believers also. He is a source of mercy for Muslims also and for non-Muslims also. He is not a source of mercy only for humanity. He is a source of mercy for the animals also. He is a source of mercy for the entire universe and cosmos. It won't be wrong to say this, that this is what this ayah means. Likewise, the hadith of Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Ya ayyuhan nas, innama ana rahmatun mahdat, or kama qal. O people, I have been sent as a mercy. The word rahmah. What is the second word? Mahdatun. And I have been sent as a gift from Allah upon humanity. So this is the status of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, ulama explain how do we understand this ayah. What's the daleel? Explain it logically. How does it make sense that he is a source of mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How is he a source of mercy? So today's conversation will be in the context of this ayah. We need to understand that how is he a source of mercy for me and you, and even for non-believers also. To understand this, the first thing we need to understand is Allah has given us a lot of ni'mats, favors, bounties. Allah says in the Quran, وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا, which means in English, if you try to count the bounties of Allah, you will not be able to count all the bounties. Allah Pak फरमाते हैं इसका मफ़हूम है अगर तुम इन अल्लाह की नेमतों को शुमार करना चाहो तो तुम नहीं कर सकते शुमार. So such huge, infinite are the countless are the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, when rain comes, the weather service doesn't tell us how many drops came. It tells us how many inches of rain came. When snow falls, it doesn't tell us that snow fell in Valley Stream, a million particles of snow. It says a quarter of inch of snow, or maybe an inch of snow. So this means no matter how technology-wise, how great we are, still we are not able to count the exact particles and drops. But Quran and the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying that the ni'mats of Allah is much more than this also. Now once the ni'mats of Allah are so much, they are divided into two parts. Ni'maton ki do qismein hai. What are those two types? One are the tangible ni'mats of Allah, the tangible bounties of Allah, and one are the non-tangible bounties of Allah. बाज़ नेमतें महसूस की जा सकती हैं, नज़र आती हैं, जेब में डाली जा सकती हैं, लेकिन बाज़ नेमतें नज़र नहीं आती, उनको सिर्फ महसूस किया जा सकता है. ये नेमतों की दो किस्में हैं. So tangible ni'mats, the sun, we can feel it, we can feel its heat also, we benefit from its light also. If the sun wasn't there, the whole world would be dark. And if the sun wasn't there, we would die, we would freeze and die of cold. The moon, it's a source of giving us light in the night. It's a source of developing sweetness in the fruits. Different types of crops, fruits, vegetables. You mix three different things, it becomes a dish. It becomes a type of food. You add a fourth item in it, it becomes a different food. You add another 2 items in it, it becomes a third type of dish. So these are all examples of the different ni'mats of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The masjid with the roof and with the AC and heat is a ni'mat of Allah. The car we drive is a tangible ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these are all examples of those favors of Allah that we feel and we can hold them, we can touch them. Examples of those ni'mats of Allah that are non-tangible, or in our easy words, we cannot hold them in our hands, they don't have a physical face. What are those ni'mats? The ma'rifat of Allah. Knowing that Allah is there and Allah is present. Allah does exist. This is also knowledge. The highest form of knowledge is accepting this reality that Allah is there and Allah created us. So this is not something that can be held in the hand, or I cannot take it out from my heart and show it to you that I believe in Allah. Islam can be felt. When a person prays salah, even a person walking on the street would know that he is a Muslim or would ask him, what are you doing? And he would say, I'm praying salah, I'm a believer. If a person goes for Hajj, it's 100% guarantee because a non-Muslim cannot enter Makkah, that he is performing Hajj. If a person is fasting in Ramadan, this is a dalil and evidence that he is a believer. But if a person has iman or not, and he doesn't have any apparent sign on him, nobody knows whether he is a Muslim or not. It happened with me many times. The same would have happened with you also. Sometimes I'm walking on the street and I see a person coming in front of me. I think for a moment, should I say salam to him or not? And I can't recognize whether he's a believer or not. And I say hi to him and he says assalamu alaikum to me. Why? Because iman cannot be seen. It's the features that show us iman. Forgive me, I'm not criticizing anyone. I'm just giving you an example. What's the difference between Iman and Islam? Islam can be felt, Islam can be seen, but Iman can only be felt inside. Unless you do an action, there is a demand of Iman, then the opposite person will know that you are a believer. So Iman is a non-tangible, or in other words, not an apparent ni'mat of Allah, believing in Allah. Love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cannot be held in the hand. It could be seen in your life, but it cannot be held in the hand. Love of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the signs can be seen on our bodies and in our actions and in our businesses and in our lifestyle, but we cannot show it to the people that we love Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam by holding this love in our hands. So these are the examples of those ni'mats of Allah that is batini. Urdu mein kehte hain zahiri ni'matein aur batini ni'matein. Zahiri ni'mat ki misal suraj, chhat, ghar, gaadi, ye zahiri ni'matein. बातनी नेमतें जिनको फील किया जा सकता है, महसूस किया जा सकता है, लेकिन हाथ में पकड़ा नहीं जा सकता. अल्लाह के वजूद को मानना, अल्लाह की मारिफत, अल्लाह की मोहब्बत, आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की मोहब्बत, इल्म का हासिल होना, इल्म का दिल के अंदर जो है जहन में होना, ये सारी बातें नहीं नेमतें हैं. So there are only two types of ni'mats in the world. It would feel like something like a class. Basically, now we are coming to the main point and why ulama have done this division and this classification. Once we understand that these are two types of the ni'mats and bounties of Allah, the question arises that what is the greatest ni'mat of Allah? What is the greatest bounty of Allah? The regular answer is Allah gave us Iman. Sure, it is the greatest bounty of Allah, but there is a bounty. If you look in the whole universe, there is a bounty that is much bigger than this. There is a bounty in favor of Allah that is much higher than this. And what is that bounty in favor of Allah? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His coming down, His being sent in this world, His Zat, His being is the greatest favor of Allah upon the entire humanity. Why? Who told us that Allah exists? Who told us? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Upon whom was Quran revealed? Me and you? No. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Who told us that there is a life in the hereafter and we will be questioned in the grave? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Our main source of Islam is the Quran and the ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it is how Allah structured this universe that Allah connected everything through Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's why Allah says, we have not sent you, but as a mercy for the entire universe, for all the worlds. This is the meaning of this ayah. This is how we are going to understand the caliber and the status and the height and the pinnacle on where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is. So now once we understand that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the greatest ni'mat of Allah, so now comes how much should we be connected to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He deserves, after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, amongst the creation, He deserves the most from us. Allah says in the Quran, "An-nabiyyu awla bil-mu'minina min anfusihim." O believers, your life and everything that you have, O believers, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam should be more valuable to you, should be more dear and near to you than your own lives. So the level of His love is we should love Him more than we love ourselves and our family members. Quran is telling us this and the ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam are telling us this. That's why the famous hadith, I end in a couple of minutes. This is basically a two-part topic. The first is today, and we'll wrap it up, inshallah, 2 weeks. That is the last Jumma of October, not the next one, the one after it. So for wrapping up today, two things I'll mention, inshallah. One is the hadith of Sahih Muslim. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "La yu'minu ahadukum." None of you will be a complete believer. None of you will reach the pinnacle of Iman. Hatta, until akuna ahabba ilayhi, I become more beloved to him. Min walidihi wa baladihi wal nasi ajma'in. I become more beloved to him than his parents, than his own children, and as compared to the entire humanity. So जब तक आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की मोहब्बत हमें अपने वालिदैन से ज़्यादा ना हो जाए, अपने बच्चों से ज़्यादा ना हो जाए, और तमाम इंसानियत से ज़्यादा ना हो जाए, हम ईमान वाले तो कहलाएंगे, लेकिन कामिल ईमान वाले कभी भी नहीं बन सकते मरते दम तक. ये शर्त है, ये हदीस हमें बताती है. This hadith tells us we could be called as Muslims, but we will not reach the pinnacle of Iman unless our love that we have for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam exceeds all the different kinds of loves in this world, whether it's the love of the parents or the children or any materialistic thing in this world. This is a level of love that is required. Why? Because it is because of us, because of Him, that me and you are sitting here today. Me and you are believers also today. And if you notice, I use the word, it is because of Him, me and you are sitting here today. What does it mean? It's not time to go in the details. The hadith that I mentioned in the beginning is the hadith of Tirmidhi. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu said, Sahaba radiallahu anhum was sitting in in a majlis, and they said, Ya Rasulullah, mata wajabat laka al-nubuwwa. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, aapko Nabi kab banaya gaya? O Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when were you made a prophet? He said, وَآدَمُ بَيْنَ الرُّوحِ وَالْجَسَدِ. मुझे नबी उस वक्त बनाया गया जब आदम अलैहिस्सलाम अभी रूह और मट्टी के दरमियान थे. I was made a prophet when Adam अलैहिस्सलाम, the ruh was not also blown in him. He was still between clay and spirit, and I was declared as a prophet. So there are many ahadith, and this is an authentic hadith. There are many ahadith in the ahadith collection, because of which the ulama say, I'll just mention one alim. Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali rahimahullah is a great Hanbali scholar of the 8th century, a jurist, a theologian, a master of hadith. He says, لأن محمدا صلى الله عليه وسلم هو المقصود عن من خلق النوع الإنساني. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the objective behind the creation of the entire humanity. وهو عينه وخلاصته وواسطة عقده. Those who understand Arabic would understand the gravity of these words. وَهُوَ عَيْنُهُ, he's the essence. وَخُلَاصَتُهُ, he's the quintessence. وَوَاسِطَةُ عَقْدِ, and he's the means of the creation coming in this world. So the ulama say, if Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was not there, Allah would have not created this universe. So this is the caliber of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And last thing might seem blunt to you, forgive me for saying this. It's very easy for me to stand on this musalla and say that we should love Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It's very easy for us when we claim privately and collectively that we love Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But we go home and I ask myself and you ask yourself, how much do we love Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Love means you follow that person. Love means that person becomes your ideal in your lifestyle, in your walking, in your talking, in your demeanor, in your business, in your everything. Is there on the day of judgment, if Allah asks me that you used to claim in Muhammadi Masjid that you love Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what daleel you have brought for me today? I know the answer to this, you all know the answer to this. Do we have a daleel to present on the day of judgment that we love Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Now what is the daleel? This inshallah will be mentioned after 2 weeks. Whatever was said and heard, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the understanding of these things. Ameen. Brothers can start this surah inshallah. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Amma ba'du fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أنهم قالوا يا رسول الله متى وجبت لك النبوة؟ فقال وآدم بين الروح والجسد. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى أكون أحب إليه من والده وولده والناس أجمعين، أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. بارك الله لنا ولكم في القرآن العظيم، ونفعنا وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. نحمدك يا من أوضحت لنا سبل الهداية وأضحت عن بصائرنا غشاوة الغباية، ونصلي ونسلم على من أرسلته شاهدا ومبشرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم، وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين، اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين، اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. اللهم فرج هم المهمومين من المسلمين ونفس كرب المكروبين واقض الدين عن المدينين واشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من البرص والجنون والجذام ومن سيء الأسقام. اللهم لا تقتلنا بغضبك ولا تهلكنا بعذابك وعافنا قبل ذلك. عباد الله رحمكم الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. أقيموا الصلاة.